G'day traders, Stacey Burke from Stacey Burke Trading, and today just carrying on from our video on keeping Forex trading simple. Just going to go over again, today is Wednesday the 17th of August. We're going to be looking at the 16th of August, and again just looking at some simple concepts that we talked about. Number one, time of day. So we look at the market opens. Obviously the highest volume time for trading is typically London to New York, and then the London close. And one of the simple things that I keep coming back to, in order for you to be able to have a robust, duplicatable, simple system, you need to stick to some really simple concepts. Time of day is critical. If you're trading at any time of the day, you run the risk of, thin markets, possible, spikes, different things. Same thing with news. You got to be aware of the news times. But coming back to time of day, so again, the pink boxes are Asia pre-open. Yellow is Frankfurt, London open, and the green is just the pre-market and the New York open. So one of the things I talked about in that first video was just drawing simple supply and resistance lines, or peaks and troughs, whatever you want to call them, and just getting into a habit of identifying areas where the market has turned. And you need to be specific in terms of looking at price action and making sure that you're not identifying peaks and troughs that are contained inside of a large range bar. So for example, in here, theoretically there isn't a peak or trough in there. We've got one large candle, so everything in here is just inside of a range. Now obviously once it makes a new low and then breaks out up here, you could now call that a marginal new high. Once it forms this bear candle here, this isn't the high, this final marginal new high is. And again, if we were to call this a low, same thing. It's completely outside of the range of the previous candles, and it's broken out. But when we get into the London Open, I just wanted to demonstrate, I talked about compression patterns. So number one, time of day. Number two, support and resistance. Number three was our moving average. I don't care what you use. Just one of the concepts that I picked up from Al Brooks in price action trading was just using that as an indicator of possible bias, but also not going against the trend. And even with final flags, until you master the price action and different things, I really would discourage you from going against the trend. So going into the London Open, we had a new low established. This is the pound yen, by the way. I shall change my tool. We had a high. Market formed just a marginal, again, we have a pattern break. So again, Bob Vollman talks about this, looking for pattern breaks. So we see a pattern break. Then we see the market resume its downward direction back towards the low that was formed prior to the London Open. Aggressive traders may have taken a trade entry in here. That's not quite the compression pattern that I like to see, but that was a with trend trade. The market then proceeded to give a pullback, and then again resumed for one final thrust down. So towards the last part of the London Open, we see the market then retest and break back up, crosses the moving average. Now this is where there are other trading strategies, but in terms of just looking for compression and peaks and troughs, the market then was retesting the previous high from the London Frankfurt Open. We could call this to some degree a compression pattern. There was an announcement that occurred at 4:30, so there was obviously an opportunity for traders to look for that measured move trade on the second leg of that trade. And again, just looking for simple peak trough type of movement. The market found support at that previous area, but we saw a small degree of compression in there. Then again, coming back into the U.S. Open. Again, this is not a textbook peak trough, but we did see it form a possible distribution range. We saw that drive down into the U.S. pre-market open. U.S. announcement formed a new low. And again, then the market formed a similar pattern to what we saw here in London. First leg, second leg, and then the market obviously trended overnight. So just looking at some simple support and resistance, the time of day that you're trading, 20 period moving average, and looking for price compression or opportunities to stay with trend. So don't make it complicated, traders. You don't need all these technical indicators. The market, as you can see, according to what I'm seeing here, I don't see any manipulation or tricky stuff. The market is what it is. You just need to get better at trading it. It's not always going to be perfect, but there are going to be some simple opportunities to enter the market using support and resistance, and the moving average and price compression give you an idea around those peak times where even potentially where a news release might be the catalyst to complete a move or begin a move. Hopefully this helps, traders. Keep your trading simple. Just to summarize that, time of day. So we want to be using the high volume times when the markets are open. We know the banks are going to business, and we know they're going to be winding down their business towards the U.S. just after the U.S. Open when the London market closes. So again, another opportune time. We want to be looking at support and resistance levels. We want to use the moving average to look for compression inside of those ranges and to stay on side of the order flow. And we want to manage our risk and always play great defense and manage the downside. Hopefully this helps, traders. Stay disciplined, stay focused, and may the markets go with you. Have a great trading week.
Hi traders, it's Stacey Burke from Stacey Burke Trading. If you haven't done so, please head over to my website at staceyburketrading.com. I create updates on almost a daily basis, and I would love for you to receive them. Just click on the blog. If you want to enter your name and your email address, I'll send you my free audio program, the 7-Step Daily Routine for High Performance Traders. This is essential knowledge for all traders in all markets, and this is for helping traders to master the market with discipline, confidence, and a winning mindset. I appreciate all your feedback and comments. As always, traders, stay disciplined, and may the markets go with you.